Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I decided to return to Northside Christian Church today. I've got about 1 hour of daylight left. I'm just going to play a little bit of disc golf. Just going to throw once or twice off the tee. I'm not going to do a score round, just going to sort of get to throwing. Let's go ahead and get started at a 1S, which is about 400 feet that way. Okay, we've arrived at hole 1. I consider this 1S alternate because it's actually pulled over to the side and the fairway is this here with typically the concrete or the trail, and this way is being out of bounds. I'm just going to throw a couple that direction. First throw of the day, nice and smooth and low. That was like a 75% power throw. There we go, that's a little bit more. That's more like an 80% power throw. Look at that. Let me throw one more just to help wake myself up. Let's try Mr. Mamba. There we go, that felt better. All right, let's go to my first throw. Okay, we've arrived at my Hawkeye. I'm approximately 130 feet away from the basket. Let's see if I can get close. That appears to be the case. Okay, easy par. Okay, we've made it to the next hole. I'm trying to balance playing as quickly as I can with setting up the camera and focusing up between throws. All right, I think I'm at the forest edge. Okay, the good news is I found my disc. The bad news is it's in a terrible spot. There's basically no look out there, so I need to do a thumber roller just to get this out. Perfect. Well, it's not pretty, but I put myself out in the open at least. Here's at least a good upshot to save a bogey. But I can't argue with the bogey save. Could have been worse. Okay, this basket is way out there. I just want to make it out of the gap here. Yes, sir. Maybe a touch too high, but ultimately that's the direction I wanted to go. Okay, I'm 74 feet out from the basket, so really I don't have a chance of making it in, but I do have a chance of making it close, which is all I want. There we go. Boom shakalaka. My putting distance has gone up. You know, the funny thing is, a year ago my maximum distance for putting was about 60 feet. Now I can get apparently chain high at about 75 feet, so pretty happy with that. The good news for me is I can see all the work I've been doing off the course, either at home, no disc drills, or at a field, or doing these practice rounds. I do feel like I've finally gotten somewhere. I've reached a level of competency. That was a good little throw. Okay, I've made it to 155 away from the basket. I've got my AVR 3, just gonna see if I can get close. Yes, sir. All right, I've been doing great so far, so let's just focus up. Bring it home. So I've actually been throwing farther pretty consistently to where now this leopard, if I give it a good throw, I can end up in the street there. So I'm actually just going to do a standstill with this leopard. Incidentally, the way I play this, I don't play the OB. I think the way this hole is shaped up with the OB is not very good, especially when you're not in a tournament and you're not actually playing. You can't see any of the lines. So I only pay attention to the Mando. Hoo-hoo-hoo! That is the best throw I've ever done on this hole, I'm pretty sure. As has been said, the best putter is a driver. While the basket may be 225 feet from the edge of this tee pad, the end of the pond is 130 feet from here. So if you want to take a putter, maybe throw at 150, you can get it over. Maybe try to finesse something a little faster, or 200 feet. All right, I got a putt. Okay, 22 footer. This is actually the best I've thrown in this hole in a while because I've just been really off. But now that I'm doing a lot of throwing training again, I'm getting back to that. I'm feeling better about throwing. Oh, and I'm actually going to start getting into putting practice as well again. And Dead of Night Disc Golf might be holding their putting league again soon, so I should see some improvements in the future. All right, well, this is a super easy par. All right, we've now arrived at the woods. Normally I grab my T-bird, I throw the right gap with a little bit of hyzer, throw it and let it ricochet a little bit. That way now, since my throwing has improved at least slightly, and so far it's on a roll, I'm gonna take more of the inside route with my TL, a less stable fairway driver, and see how close I can get it this way. Touch too high. Crap. Okay, the good news is I've made it a little more than halfway. The bad news is I'm a little bit off the fairway. So I just want to get this close enough to try to make a putt. Yes, sir, that'll do it. Well, thankfully I don't have a 22 footer, or else I'd be a little nervous about this one. Okay, we've arrived at the next hole. Quite a bit of a tunnel shot, but thankfully a wide tunnel with an opening towards the end. Basically a water collection reservoir down there. Yes, sir. Perfect. Okay, there's the basket. Here's the retention pond. And there's my disc over there. Fortunately, I can see the basket from there. All right, the basket is 90 to 95 feet that way. So you know what that means. Grab a rhino, throw it 90 feet. Right next to the basket. Okay, I'm at bullseye's edge, maybe about 15 feet. Boosh. Okay, we've arrived at hole 9. I've got my TL. I'm just gonna try to smooth it across this water. Just need to go past 100 feet to get it past the water. A putter would be a great minimum, but I think a fairway driver for someone at my level is adequate. Main thing is get it across and don't lose it in the water. There we go. Heck yeah. Fairway hit. Okay, 130 feet away or so per bush now. Let me see how close I can get with my rhino. Pretty close. And another good piece of news is I'm actually building consistency with my throws, which is something I'm just gonna have to do. Keep doing throwing training, keep practicing throwing on off days. And I think I'm gonna cut down the amount of recorded disc golf rounds I put on the channel so I can focus more on training, you know, in the off season. Back 9, snack time, but unfortunately I've already ate. So I'm just gonna do similar to what I did on hole 5, just do a standstill throw with my leopard and just hopefully I throw pure enough in the gap. That's all I want. Oh, even better, I may have a putt. All right, this is actually better than I expected given how that bounce looked initially. Bang, bang. Thanks, sir. Okay, I've positioned the camera to where if you look at this big tree that's first available, I guess maybe that's first available. Second, third, oh, whatever. It's that one right there. Just to the left of that is the basket, and the same strategy I did on the last hole as well as hole 5. I'm just gonna get here and just try to get through the gap. Oh my goodness, that's as good as I can get. Yes. Just as a point of interest, the basket's there, the disc that I threw, my leopard, is there, and I want to give you guys an idea of what I'm filming with. My tripod is effectively this Zuka cart, and everything that I do when I do a recorded round is going to be carried along with me on this cart. So if you guys are interested in me doing another walkthrough in terms of how I use this, let me know. I can kind of give you an update in terms of what's in the cart and how I'm using it, but fans of the channel know that this cart has come a long way with me in the last year or so that I'll be using it. By the way, that previous putt that I made was a straddle, and I was 40 feet away from the basket, so that's pretty cool for me to make a basket with a straddle putt, considering I don't straddle. This is 63 feet away, so I don't even think I can reach it with a straddle. So I'm going to go for a more standard putt and just see how close I can get. Okay, that'll work. And yet again, another easy par. Okay, the basket is past this creek into those woods off to the right. I never really have success puring the gap and getting that far, so my goal is a golf shot. Take a putter, throw it to about the edge there, and then try to get a decent upshot. Really, that's all I want, is that amount of distance. Get it out there in the middle of the fairway, gotta throw. Okay, you can see I've effectively broken this hole up into two parts. The first part getting over here, the second part getting to the basket. I'm 120 feet away. Quite a bit closer, look to be pin high. Okay, 17 feet to the basket. I need to focus up for this. In fact, given that I missed 22 footer recently, I am seriously gonna focus up for this. Stance, grip, line, rip. Oh, that tried to come out the left. Okay, that was a great round. Thank y'all very much for joining me with it. Managed to get a little bit of exercise in. I want to try to play more of these throughout the week, but I need to buckle down and focus on training, and that's what I'm going to do. So you're going to see probably a little bit less videos than you normally do, maybe 3 at the most per week. You know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, something along those, you know, those lines. And that's it. So now I'm just going to give you some bonus content here. Just going to throw off the tee here in hole 13 towards that basket, which is on an elevated platform behind that tee, 300 plus feet that way. So I hope you liked the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already, as I have more fun disc golf content on the way. Thank you very much for watching, and enjoy some of this bonus throwing coverage, throwing footage. See how I'm trying to bring it out a little bit more? So I finally unlocked that ability. Little too low, and I went a little too fast. So let's slow it down. Here's my T-bird. I need to do my Hawkeye next. That's the next most stable. There we go. I still have a lot of things to work on with my form, but now getting to the point where I can extend outward more, that's helped a lot. And I have a lot of possible things to work on, but at least I'm now able to take additional steps. I'm still kind of all over the place, but I feel like I've unlocked the ability to throw better. Mamba. A little too low. That's everything I wanted, but the height. All right, Mystere. That was a good one. I got all of that. Oh my God. Next to the basket. All right, now I'm going to indulge myself with a Wraith. This is the last driver that I've got with me. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out that way. Oh, great kiss. Oh yeah. Anyways, that's going to do it. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.